It's called medical practice, not medical perfect. Northwood wanted to make the Plague Doctor more fun to play as, play against, and play beside than ever before. A design philosophy that they've been extending to every SCP touched up by the new patch 12.0 update so far. And to be fair, they've been nailing it in some ways. But enough talk, there's a lot to cover in this doctor's note, and we don't have much time. So let's jump into it. Your first order of business as Plague Doctor in a new round is learning how to get around, and to do this, we need a new ability. As of right now, Northwood hasn't officially named this new ability yet, so we'll be calling this gap closer Doctor's Zoomy Doomy. Pressing F while looking at someone enables anime protagonist mode, and you enter Mach 5 speeds to close the gap between you and them, as well as be able to see them through walls like SCP-096. If you're playing against a doctor and you notice he seems to be approaching you to steal your bones with a worrying pace, you can throw on the hat and it'll actually disable this ability. A useful tip for when you're in blood removal range. An apple a day keeps the doctor away, but so does a nice fashion statement. Gone is the insta-kill one tap as well. One hit and you deal 160 damage over 20 seconds, blurred vision, and triple stamina usage. Hit them again and they go down instantly. SCP-500 or an adrenaline instantly cures this effect, so make sure you keep one of the two on you at all times if you ever see an 049 running around. An apple a day keeps the doctor away, but so does heroin. It's for sure a downgrade to the total damage per second the Plague Doctor can dish out at any given time, so also expect players to be more pushy when coming up against you in a fight. But what's a good doctor without his orderlies? Resurrecting recently deceased players gives Plague Doctor his iconic companions, but also with some major changes of their own. They have their own new toolkit of abilities and bonuses, one being up to 100 additional Hume Shield. Plague Doctor has another new ability, which again isn't yet finally named by Northwood, so I'll call it the Dad Radar. Not only will zombies be able to see Plague Doctor nearly anywhere on the map when Plague Doctor activates this ability, but nearby zomboids will fully charge their Hume Shield over 10 seconds as well. Even if Plague Doctor didn't have any more of the gameplay changing abilities that we're about to cover in this guide as well, this one ability already flips the entire playstyle on its head. As long as you and your sons play smart, you can ambush small to medium groups of fleeing players and suffer non-fatal consequences. But what happens when a scuffle does turn dirty? Well, they don't call them doctors for no reason. If a recently dead zombie permits, Plague Doctor can bring him back to life for one more chance of being part of the boys, suffering only a 10% max health debuff to come back, in addition to being able to act like a healing station to recharge and regroup your boys. Zombies can also regain their regular health on their own. Limited to one zombie per corpse, they can now perform McDonald's Munch to regain 100 health per body. Bodies that have been turned into a Happy Meal can still be resurrected by Plague Doctor too, and while the good doctor has no way to regenerate his own base HP over the course of a match, his Hume Shield does increase from 200 to 500 over the course of a game, depending on how low your health is. If not checked early on, he can become a snowball of deadly force. An apple a day keeps the doctor away, but so does a 12 gauge. With the increased time to kill for Plague Doctor comes this problem. The only thing more dangerous than a horde of zombies is a horde of your average SCPSL players, specifically NTF and Chaos. Sure, this is more of a note on the psychological state of the player base and is not a comment on the hard-coded values or mechanics of the game, but Chaos players are a force of freak nature on their own. They have no rules, no boundaries, they fight for no flag. Sure, they're allowed to team up with SCPs in the vanilla rule set, but they'd much rather use your zomboids as target practice. It's not every day you get to spawn in with a lawnmower specialized in whacking 6-foot-tall weeds in body armor, and when you've got a fully automatic hammer that fires 39mm slugs at 660 rounds per minute, everything looks like a nail. And a single NTF squad fresh out of respawning and still together in entrance can make short work of you and the boys without backup of your own. But the real friends are the ones you can call at 4 in the morning. Nothing is more deadly than a Plague Doctor in a blacked out and locked down room. Even Peanut is useless if one man has a flashlight, but with nowhere to run and low visibility, Plague Doctor is lethal when paired with a decent computer player. And with his ability to resurrect anybody that's recently dead, teaming up with 939 or 173 in the early game is the fastest way to get your own homies up and at 'em as fast as possible. Violence, speed, and momentum. Truly a doctor specialized in brutality and disrespect. Play him well, and he's rewarding. Play close to him, and you'll have a blast. But play against him? Well, I hope you've got good teammates, because running won't help you. And thank you to everyone that subscribed since the last video dropped. The real SCP-049-2s are the friends we make along the way. Despite me being crushed by work this last week, the channel's been growing way faster than I thought. I love you all, and watch this video here to become a true Giga Chad.